He died again, everyone. It's Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my co-hosts, Lauren and Bruce. And today we are doing more Sonic X. He died again.
He did die again.
What does that mean? Well, we're going to find out here in episode 46, Sonic Battle Finale, or A Wild Win in the dub. The tournament
Holy crap, it didn't take 8 weeks this time.
Yeah, the tournament concludes, but the winner is someone nobody could have expected, nor is what they do with the Chaos Emerald Prize. I say that you could have expected this.
If you played Sonic Battle, you would 100% expect it.
It's actually funny. I didn't realize this is where it was going until, like, right before, and they're like, oh wow, how did I not see this coming?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, to be honest, but, like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you did play Sonic Battle, you wouldn't think that they would go where they go as fast as they do.
That's true. I expected another episode of Sonic Battle until I saw finale.
Yeah.
But we're not at the climax yet. We are starting off with a fight between Chris and Knuckles. Chris is going to die.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect him to, but Knuckles is too much of a pussy to kill him.
I'm surprised that Knuckles really cares all that much.
Well, so they say it's because he doesn't like fighting people that are weaker than him. I think he's just like, I don't want to accidentally kill this child.
Can he not pull his punches?
I'm
he
sure
has to go full force?
Well, it's Knuckles. Of course he has to go full force.
I think that Knuckles... I mean, there's not knowing your own strength, and there's knowing your strength, but not being confident that you can hold back, so I don't know. I think it makes sense that he wouldn't really want to hurt Chris, because he's not somebody who just likes hurting people. He just has a temper.
Yeah.
Are the people that he usually punches, i.e. the Sonic characters, really so much tougher that there's no risk that he wouldn't just kill them?
I think he views them as worthy opponents.
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
I don't know, it's always weird in these cartoons when you're like, oh, you know, no one's going to kill each other when fighting. Like, everyone will be fine after, like, a few minutes after the fight's over. It's... Knuckles, that's how it works. You don't have to worry about hurting Chris. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Most action media relies on the ability to heal up from any injury quicker than in real life.
Yeah.
But Knuckles' actual strategy is pretty good, which is that he points out, if Chris wins, he'll have to go up against Amy or Rouge, who won't hold back.
Yeah. Well, like Chris even points out Amy is just that unpredictable.
Well, because that's the thing, is that Knuckles, you know, because you haven't pissed him off, he's a reasonable dude. Amy,
right.
You can't be sure of anything.
Yeah, she's turning into Sonic Heroes Amy.
Or Sonic Battle Amy.
Sonic Battle Amy. Is more
she's not Sonic Battle Amy.
No, she's not as bad as Sonic Battle Amy.
Not yet, no.
Oh god, don't say not yet.
Oh, I'm not foreshadowing anything. I'm just saying that she has not reached that event horizon.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So,
gotcha.
So Chris is like, yeah, I don't really want to fight either of them, so I'll forfeit.
Which is also, when did Tails become a commentator? When he lost?
He's sitting next to Scarlet. What are we doing?
He lost the fight and got hired as a commentator, apparently.
You know what? I believe he would do well in a job interview.
Yeah, probably.
Next up is Stewart versus E77 Lucky, but surprise, surprise, it doesn't go that way.
Oh.
Scarlet recognizes him as quote-unquote Director Franklin, so he runs out. I don't understand why exactly.
It blows his cover or something.
Yeah, but what's... I don't understand, like... part of it is I don't understand the point of him taking that nickname in the first place back in SA2.
Yeah, it was only for, like, what, 3 episodes, and then he basically went back to... Well, he can't really say Mr. Stewart, because I don't think he's the teacher anymore, either.
I don't
know.
And
Mr. Stewart was just a cover name.
We don't know this man's true name. Maybe it's Arnold Jefferson.
That's oddly specific, but okay.
I'll tell you, Lucky was the biggest non-sequitur as a kid. I didn't understand what the hell he was, because I never saw that other episode.
It's fine, I still barely understand exactly why he meant, or why they decided to bring him back, actually.
Yeah. But you're not supposed to care that much, so,
No.
Emerald versus Mr. Tanaka.
This was actually, like, a bit of a fight.
It almost is good.
Well, I don't know if I'd go as far to call it good.
That's why I said almost.
It's just that the two combatants almost actually fight.
Yeah.
Well, because Tanaka's got his quote-unquote samurai skills and his samurai outfit, but Emerald's got the whole I copy your moves thing. But then, okay, they told Emerald to win against Ella without hurting her, but he clearly can hold back against Mr. Tanaka because he just scares him into a win.
Yeah, maybe he thought about what Cream told him and was like, "This is how I can do it."
It just took a long time to process the advice.
Exactly.
Well, in any case, Rouge versus Amy. Hey, this could be great. Oh, it's over.
I don't get it. Does Amy just give up after losing her hammer?
It's really weird.
Yes.
She gets rid of the hammer. Rouge taunts her, and then we're just done. It doesn't even you don't really see Rouge win.
Yeah, that's not a victory. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, is Amy just incapable of attacking without her hammer? Hasn't learned to curl up into a ball yet?
Or just punch?
I mean, yes, but I
mean, she has fists.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I was gonna say, by this point in the series, there really hadn't been much of Amy being able to spin jump or anything. But definitely in Sonic Battle, she does have the friggin' boxing gloves, so...
That's true, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna do Sonic Battle stuff, why don't you whip out something like that?
Next is E77 versus Emerald. He dances around and gets tired and falls over.
I guess he was lucky, just not the luck wasn't for himself this time.
His luck finally ran out.
See, this is a pretty disappointing end to Lucky's arc, I must say. Not that I had huge expectations, but so far, if they're going to be consistent with the character, he's always supposed to be lucky. And just having him fall over and just run out of power is... like, stupid. That's not even good luck. There's no reason why that worked. It should have been like Emerald is gonna like destroy him or something, and then like, I don't know, something falls and then like knocks him out of the arena so that he isn't destroyed but he also loses, so he's lucky. Something like that would have made more sense.
Or if you want to keep with the luck thing, you could also have Emerald copy his luck abilities.
Oh, that's true. That could have worked.
That's amazing. Yeah, but so long, Lucky. We'll see you never.
Good.
Knuckles versus Rouge, a real fight, sort of.
Kind of. It's not really an animated fight.
No, it's
oh
like...
my gosh.
This
it's
is
so
an actual
fucking
matchup,
lazy.
one that exists in canon, even. But the way that they do it is such a cop-out.
It's just like, what the fuck?
So, like, you're talking about it not being animated. I'm talking about, what the hell are the rules going on here? She bullies Knuckles into letting them encase the ring in a fucking tent so that she can have advantage and fight in the dark.
I half expected Knuckles to just say, no, fuck you.
I don't get why he goes along with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that Knuckles is easily manipulated, but there's, like, is he just too cocky?
That's probably part of it, actually.
Well, and, fair enough, because they fight, which we don't see. Rouge walks out of the tent and poses, and then collapses because Knuckles actually won.
It's a really stupid way of getting a ring out.
I mean, I think it's funny that Rouge would realize she's losing and just try to declare herself the winner anyway. that feels very in character, but yeah, none of these fights are much of fights as usual.
Yep.
Yeah,
but I say that we do have something of a fight here. Finally, the very last fight in the tournament is something.
It's the most important fight. It's the only fights that ever matter.
Knuckles versus Emerald, which is... They do stuff, It is something.
Yeah, it is something.
Knuckles comes on strong, but Emerald gets on him by using the spin attack while he's grabbed onto him.
That's a really cool use of the spin attack. I like that.
Yeah. But that's enough to kind of disarm him, and then he just kind of commences the beatdown. And he wins.
What a surprise!
Yeah, which they make a comment about the ref throwing in the towel when a Cream throws like her handkerchief. Are they trying to imply that Cream was suddenly the ref?
I think that she tried to throw it, and they just saw a piece of cloth and said that happened.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It's still weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
But yeah, Emerald wins the tournament, and I definitely didn't see that coming as a kid because I didn't know who the hell Emerald was.
I figured it was 50-50 chance it would be Knuckles or Emerald, especially after Sonic dipped out.
I do like Rouge coping by saying like, "Oh, I monopolized all of Knuckles' strength, so really I'm the hero here." But Emerald wins. They give him the Chaos Emerald, and apparently he only needs one for this now.
Yeah. Well, because if they did all the Chaos Emeralds, this arc would just go on forever.
Oh God, yeah.
You
don't
think
do
that would stop them? There must be
No,
another reason that they couldn't do it in more episodes.
That's true. That would not stop them.
Yeah, so Emerald got whacked out on Chaos Energy and other stuff, question mark, at the end of Sonic Battle.
Right.
But here, I don't even know what would happen if you get all 7 for this Emerald. Maybe he'd friggin' blow the planet up. I guess if he can already destroy stars, fair enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But that's happening now. He starts destroying the stadium and going crazy, and unfortunately, everybody else is too beat up to finish him off. Although it's very strange because, like, you know, Sonic gets back after fighting with Eggman, which we didn't cover because whatever.
Uneventful.
And you know, Sonic, Rouge, and Knuckles versus Emerald is a thing that happens, but they're not enough. But yeah, so they have to run away. But in his wake, Emerald wrecks up huge swaths of the city.
Once again, Station Square gets destroyed.
This will not stick around or be explained this time.
Of course.
No, yeah, like, there, you know, he levels skyscrapers in certain instances.
Yeah.
But we don't treat this like perfect chaos at all.
Nah, it'll be fixed tomorrow.
Also, we skipped toward this really fast. Like, were they unconscious? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand how Emerald could have gone on such a rampage without getting stopped.
Or at least someone trying to stop him.
Yeah, it's not like we see Gun trying to stop him.
So
yeah, Gun's
Emerald...
And you would think Gun is here because this is being put on by the government.
Oh yeah, we never got to learn what Gun's plan was with this whole thing.
Well, they say the president says to Emerald, as he's giving him the Chaos Emerald, he says, "I hope you'll work with us on the anti-Eggman plan or something." And I kind of forgotten that this was related to that in some way, but I don't think they've actually explained, and at this point I don't think they're going to explain how the fuck it's connected.
Okay, wait. So was the idea that whoever wins the tournament is a strong fighter and can help them stop Eggman?
Find candidates for people. Yeah, possibly.
Well, so that was I think that was the plan, but they do not articulate that very well.
Yeah, and it's funny because pretty much everyone who entered was already a known person anyway.
And most of them weren't strong fighters. Most of them were regular
Emerald was the only one that they didn't have some amount of knowledge of.
Right.
Also, during all of this, Amy comes here to beef with Rouge. And
yeah, I hate that they're arguing in the middle of the fight.
Perfect time to
priorities.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
But yeah, the fight ranges all the way to the coast, where Emerald knocks Sonic and Knuckles in the water, but Cream flies in and saves them. And I'm realizing, is this the first time she's flown in the show?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I made the same observation.
It's like...
To be fair, this is the first time Cream has done just about anything.
For real.
Yeah, to some extent. But it is odd, because, like, Tails, I think they at least have a line or two to establish it. Cream just does this, and I have to imagine that if you've been watching up to this point and didn't play Advanced 2, you'd just be like, what the fuck?
Like, oh, rabbits can fly, okay.
Sure.
Yeah. And, anyway, Cream scolds Emerald, since she was the one who connected best with him, and he seems to want to do what she says for a second, but then just keeps attacking anyway.
It's like his original, or I don't know if the rampaging is his original code, or the or which side is his original code, but the original version we see after he imprints on Cream, it's like that tried to take over for a second, then his original programming takes back over.
It's really hard to know, because even within, like, canon Sonic, we don't know much about Emerald's creators. I know Chronicles says one thing, but they didn't plan for that at the time of Battle. And this show has even less in terms of Gizoid lore. You really don't know what this thing is supposed to be.
Do they even ever call him a Gizoid in this show?
I don't think so.
I didn't remember them ever mentioning it.
I mean, I assume that it works the same way it does in Sonic Battle, unless contradicted. And in Sonic Battle, honestly, I can't remember the plot too well, but wasn't it that it was an evil war machine, and then Gerald added a new program on top of it that was, like, good? But the original programming still existed, and he couldn't get rid of it until all the emeralds activated it.
Something like that.
And so he kind of slapped on an extra routine on top of it. So it makes sense that it'd kind of be at odds with itself.
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose.
And nothing contradicts that here.
I'm surprised they didn't try to say that the Metarex were the fourth great civilization. But Yeah, Sonic jumps in to tank the hit for Cream. Cheese also smacks Emerald before Cream realizes she has to put this thing down herself, apparently.
I was caught completely off guard by this. I will
so was
joke
I.
a lot about how Cream is secretly super dangerous, but this show just played it straight.
This show kind of shows that she might actually be.
Oh, yeah, no. Cream is not, like... Within the game canon, at least, Cream is not worthless. She sure hasn't shown it up to this point in the show, but...
Sure, yeah, but suddenly she goes full Kirby's fucking pissed.
She does, and additionally to that, Chuck also mentions that Emerald, if you attack him with two people at once, cooperating...
Yeah, do a combo attack.
He can't copy it, even though it sure looked like we've been shown a bunch of shit that looked like that.
So
Chuck is just
Chuck, I think, might just be guessing.
Yeah, he's just trying to come up with any explanation because he's a scientist and he wants to have an answer.
The way I thought it was working was Cheese was blocking Emerald from being able to copy Cream's moves. That's what I thought was going on at first, and that makes more sense.
I just think that it was a little subtle hint earlier because the others were like fighting amongst each other, right? Amy and Rouge were arguing, and there's even a bit where like Rouge and Tails, I think, both want to attack Emerald at the same time, get in each other's way. But Cream and Cheese, they're best buddies.
Yeah, they know how to work together.
Exactly. So they're just a much better pair. Yeah.
Well, Cream has a sad flashback to all the good times with Emerald, all two of them, and knocks him into the water. And his final action, it's poetic. He copies her tears as he sinks down.
That's what he was doing?
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well. It's honestly pretty clever.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice the copying part, I guess. I was just like, damn, they had him bleeding out of his eye.
I think this is a 4Kids change. I'm pretty sure in the Japanese version it looks like oil, and in the English version it looks like tears.
Yeah, in the Japanese version it's oil. Or fluid.
Huh. Okay, now I can see why you would miss that. Because, it was extremely obvious in the 4Kids version.
Yeah. But, that's it for Emerald, you guys.
That's a nice, depressing ending. Kind of, at least.
Yeah, I mean, yes, this moment in isolation is nice, but it's like, what were we doing here? It felt like there was a lot more we could do with Emerald.
There was no point in having Emerald in this show.
Is this the end of Emerald?
Well, I don't expect we're going to see Gemerald.
Yeah, no.
Wow, okay. I kind of expected that Emerald would come back again later. I guess they just had to adapt Sonic Battle, and they just didn't have their hearts in it.
Did they have to, though?
Maybe.
Well, it might have been mandated that
That's what I'm saying, is maybe it was required for some reason.
Maybe they wanted to, but we're going home next week, so I don't know. So, yeah, as you might expect, a very confusing introduction to the character for me as a kid.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But, this second episode was definitely better than the first part of the tournament, mostly because of the last act.
Yeah, it was an actual fight. We kind of got cocked out of a bunch of fights.
It's not even so much that it was a fight, it was just that it was a story.
Well, yeah, but also, like, we had a tournament arc that had, like, one real fight.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't even get to see it. So...
They could have burned most of those fights and then expanded the other ones into, like, real fights?
Yeah, leave the joke ones and then have, like, Amy and Rouge could be a real fight. Knuckles and Emerald could be a bit longer.
What could have been, but wasn't.
Ah, yes.
Instead, we move on to episode 47, Decisive Battle on the Equator! Or Map of Mayhem in the dub. Using an ancient stolen map, Dr. Eggman discovers a hidden trigger to explode the planet. Only cooperation between the heroes and Gun can stop him. Maybe.
The megalomaniacal man destroying the planet. Always a favorite plot.
I don't see anything wrong with that setup.
No, I just think that's a really lazy plot device.
I mean, we were talking about how Eggman has no allegiance to this world in X, so it's at least more believable than, like, if it were Sonic World.
Yeah, but that's just, like, I never understand when the big villain wants to destroy the world. Because, like, what do you have left to rule?
Well, so I will say, we haven't even gotten to the episode, first of all. But second of all, is he really destroying the planet in the original version? Like, completely and utterly?
Yes. Yeah, his plan is to basically trigger a massive volcanic eruption that would... global volcanic eruptions.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's the same. So that wouldn't destroy the world. His plan is to kill everyone and then build Eggman Land.
Yeah. Well, but then he doesn't have any...
same as Perfect Chaos.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's not really anything different than a standard plan.
No, I guess the thing is...
They should have put Iblis down here. That would have made it work.
Oh my god. No, that's for the mythical Sonic 06 adaptation.
Anyway.
Is Sonic 06 adapted in anything?
Not really.
Interesting.
Darn.
They didn't have enough time to finish the game. You think they could finish an adaptation?
Maybe.
I mean, after the game came out, they could.
Well, in any case, we start off with Gunn actually discovering something sinister in the ocean. Boat goes missing after finding an old ship and something on it attacking them. But Topaz was on there, so that means they'll be fine.
Why was Topaz on this ship?
She works for Gunn? I don't know.
The mission is never explained because it's a secret mission.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but we've very rarely seen her and Rouge apart now, so it's a little weird to see her working on a mission alone. Well,
that is strange.
Alone, separated from Rouge.
Maybe Rouge gets seasick.
Sure, why not?
So the heroes see this on the news, and Chuck is like, "We should investigate." And President, what?
Also, that also confuses me. Well, just saying, yeah, well, let's go investigate this.
You guys aren't the Justice League. You don't have a duty to... But President Mike does likewise. He's like, contact the gun commander. And I was getting really excited because I thought that, Heterochromia Man was going to show up. But no, it doesn't happen.
No, of course not. We can't have anything fun.
I'm not sure fun is the word I'd use, but yeah.
Honestly, Gunn is missing a completely fanatical leader, though. This show needs that.
That's part of what explains why Gunn is the way it is.
Yeah, because President Mike is too much of a wet blanket. He's not...
Yeah. Because in this show, it really does just come off as Gunn is just hyper incompetent.
A little bit. So Eggman is also searching stuff about this and discovers that one of Knuckles' treasure hunts, famous treasure hunter Knuckles, I feel like they've never done a good job portraying that about his character.
Not really.
Because, I mean, like, emerald hunting, that's just something that he has to do.
Right.
But on one of his treasure hunts, Knuckles found the oldest map in the world, which Deco and Boko then steal from a museum.
By dressing up as mummies.
Deco and Boko dressing up is a bit of a thing in this episode because Knuckles chases them down from the museum and they run into, I don't know, you call this a PG-13 strip club? This scene is not in the dub.
It's like a belly dancing
suggestive
lounge.
Dance saloon, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
But they hide in there, Knuckles gets flustered and leaves. And that's how they get away. Yeah, so Eggman has the map, and he discovers, quote-unquote, the planet's belly button? Why would you call it that? It's weird.
Good question.
That's definitely not how he describes it in the dub. Although we do have a great line when Deco and Boko give him the map. He's like, good work! You deserve raises if I start paying you. They're really starting to lay it on thicker that Deco and Boko are not treated well.
That they're abused.
Indeed. But yeah, Knuckles and the dude from the museum who was there that I didn't mention because who cares, they go to Chris's house and they explain to Sonic and friends that the Earth used to be a supercontinent called Marasia? But some cataclysm split it into what we have now.
It's called Continental Drift.
Continental Drift is not a cataclysm, though. That's a thousands of years long process.
I know.
Also, the map of Sonic X's Earth, this is not surprising, but it does not match the real world, and it does not match other Sonic world maps.
So, ergo, it clearly isn't Earth.
Well, I didn't say that.
It can be Earth in this universe.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like in Ace Combat, the planet's still called Earth, but the land masses are all completely different.
Well, and it's like, every time they draw a world map in Sonic, it's either going to be Earth a little bit different, or something completely made up, and whenever they make something up, it's never consistent.
Yeah.
Not a detail I really expect to be consistent. It's not really an important detail either.
No, it's
I mean,
something I'd
having to
like to see
explain
consistent.
how, you know, Green Hill can exist in the same world as Station Square that looks completely different. I don't really worry about that.
It's an entire planet. Of course, there are places that look very different. Have you seen our planet?
I don't think we have anywhere that looks like Green Hill, but I get what you're saying.
Well, not with the checkerboard patterns.
Not that you've seen.
You mean. That's a different mystery entirely, honestly.
Maybe that's the secret villain behind all of Sonic, is the dude who does the checkerboard patterns. Anyway, one little island on the map is missing. It just disappeared after the continental drift, so we're gonna try and find that one. That's where we're taking our boat trip.
Oh boy, more Sonic on a boat.
Yeah. And like Bruce said, there is a chain of undersea volcanoes that will go off if you detonate at the right location. But one of them is already billowing smoke out on the island, so shouldn't that mean we're already dead?
I don't think that inherently means it's erupting.
It means it's active, at least.
Yeah, well, active doesn't equal dangerous.
Yeah. But,
or inherently, excuse me.
Yeah. The heroes are attacked by the egg pirate ship. I guess this is what he's been building?
He needs a new big ship, and we can't just have the egg carrier more. Can't have the egg carrier 3.
Yeah.
Slapping a bigger number on it.
It's basically, I say it was like Perfect Chaos. It's more like the Ark, where he's basically saying, I will destroy the world if you don't give me what I want.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I like when he does a imitation of Museum Guy and grows hair for a second.
That's what he was doing. Okay, I thought that's what Eggman was doing.
Yeah. But the heroes, of course, aren't standing for this. Sonic attacks the ship, gets bounced off into the water. Chris jumps in to save him, and I love this joke where Tanaka is like, let me throw you a life preserver, Chris, and then gives him a fucking concussion.
He yeets that thing.
Idiot. So they're not doing so well, but surprise, surprise, it's the Egg Fort 1?
Oh, good. Gun stealing from Eggman again.
It makes sense.
I mean, sure,
like
yeah.
that, yeah.
No, it's not a bad thing. It does kind of make sense.
They gave it a paint job, too.
Can't get people confused.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, otherwise they'd think there were 2 Eggmans. Which is something that never happens in the Sonic series, I'm sure.
The agents on board the repurposed Egg Fort have Starfleet badges for some reason.
Wait, they have Starfleet badges? Yeah, they sort of do have Starfleet. Well, so that arrow has been fairly heavily associated with like space military for since like post World War II.
Oh yeah, that's when we first got the space military here in America.
Well, no, but the Air Force had a space command.
I'm being a dick.
But that's where Roddenberry got that design from, because he was in the Air Force.
Okay. So common inspiration, perhaps.
Yeah, well, it's probably from Star Trek still.
They also
seems more
kind
likely.
of look like Starfleet uniforms. Is the thing.
Yeah, they're kind of Starfleet. They're kind of TNG uniform-esque.
Eggman responds in kind, of course, by launching his boat in the air to fight it.
Of course.
Damn, we had to have a flying boat, I guess.
Yeah, but the gun fort is surprisingly adept. Eggman only scrapes by when he shows he has other gun members held hostage.
Yep, he plays the hostage card.
Well, so...
He sort of does, at least.
He does play the card, but you said scrapes by. He almost doesn't, because I was caught completely off guard when he was like, I have hostages. And then Gun is just like, fire!
Gun's like, that's a shame.
They don't care. Yeah, they are happy to kill their own people.
Yeah, they only stop when Rouge basically begs them to give her 10 minutes to get Topaz out.
I'm gonna use the word topical and then move on. Yeah, they actually point a gun at Rouge's head when...
That was... wow.
She's like, I'm gonna go.
Like, I've talked about how bad Gun is before.
This is, like,
to
really
the point
bad.
that they would sacrifice their own soldiers makes me question why anyone works for them.
I'm guessing they don't do this on a normal basis.
I mean, no.
And hey, maybe their mission was so secret that it has to go to the grave with them.
Oh, gosh.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that, you know, you can say that this isn't, no, but they all act like this is just standard operating procedure. They don't care. It's just...
That's true, they do. Oh, maybe they're a different division of Gun, because they are dressed differently.
Oh,
They're
the guy from whoever was commanding the Men in Black is actually still at the government. They didn't actually arrest him. Or maybe he got out after like a week. But yeah, everybody's fighting amongst themselves, so Eggman takes this opportunity to run away, but Rouge catches up with him after breaking that gun and that dude's nose.
And being launched out of one of the rotary missile cannons.
Yes. So he gets desperate and fires the weapon he was going to use to blow up the planet. But Sonic and Knuckles do this combination spin attack? I guess it's Sonic 4 Episode 2. Doesn't really look like the 69 attack, though, so... but it stops it, is the point. Also, Rouge made it onto Eggman's ship and freed the hostages.
Yeah, Topaz wasn't gonna die.
Yeah, of course, no.
Her knight in shining armor is here.
Yeah, they have to keep doing ship teasing.
Her knight in shining latex. Eggman gets away, though, because he pulls a classic Back to the Future look over there joke.
It fits.
It's weird
Sure,
because Topaz scolds her for it, but it worked on her too. But
yeah, initially it's kind of just like Rouge just looked away, and then Eggman ran away in front of everyone else. But I guess everyone looked away.
Eggman is clever. Maybe he invented the secret look away button. But that is
Eggman
our
knows the fourth wall.
We have a two-parter on our hands here, and for once we get both parts in the same episode.
Thank God.
This is episode 48, Sonic vs. a Monster from Underground, or the Volcanic Venture in the dub. The heroes race Eggman to the nexus point that could destroy the Earth, but the ruins of Marasia prove less devoid of life than previously expected, and everyone is in danger. So, no words spared for Topaz, who was almost sacrificed by her own people. She's trying to get them to drill under the volcanic island. But they suck, so they won't. Even though the fucking egg fort is a giant drill.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
It's all too easy, I guess. But it's okay. Mr. Tanaka cheers her up by punching some rocks, and they find some ancient treasure? It's like a box?
Yeah, we find a box.
And that sure looks like the White Chaos Emerald, but I don't think it is?
No, they're just a bunch of gems. They find other Chaos Emerald-looking gems.
Yeah, it's not a Chaos Emerald. They outright say that it's just a gem. They would have said it was a Chaos Emerald if it was a Chaos Emerald. But it is infuriating that they cannot use the minimum amount of effort to just do a different cut. Like, that's all you would need.
Or at least make it a color that the Chaos Emeralds aren't.
I mean, I guess, but I wouldn't expect people necessarily know all the colors of the Chaos Emeralds by heart.
I mean,
it would be best just to make it a different.
Well, yeah, make it a different cut. Make it, that either one worked.
Make it a Soul Emerald. No, Anywho, Tails takes the X-Tornado into the volcano the old-fashioned way, but then he hangs back with Chris while Sonic, Knuckles, and Rouge explore inside the cave. So it's like, what was even the point? Tails has been sidelined recently.
Yeah?
It's alright, we got bioluminescent moss to light our way. And undersea caves and stuff.
Yay, adventure.
And Rouge hitting Sonic's head with her ass because they fall down a hole.
I know people that would be happy about that. Sonic doesn't seem very happy, thoh.
Knuckles in the dub, I very remember Dan Green going, "I'm always the fall guy." And you know what? He is. You'd think that if they were aware of that, they'd change something. I can't keep saying that.
No.
Because don't you know if you point out a flaw, then you're self-aware and you're absolved of all blame.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, you can't be blamed for any stupid shit you do.
Stephen Moffat. Anyway, Rouge says that she doesn't want to go through the flooded cave because it would ruin her makeup. And I kind of wanted to see her then, wash it off or something. But instead she just goes in and it does nothing.
Yeah, because it's not makeup, it's all natural.
Yeah, it was obviously just an excuse.
Yeah, well, same thing Sonic was doing an excuse also, but that's because he's...
Well, Sonic can't swim. He's at least in some amount of danger.
Yeah, instead they're all just walking on the bottom floor of the... I don't... Okay.
Yeah.
Game physics.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Speaking of game physics, we got the Shovel Claw.
I like to see that.
Makes sense.
Is funny, because he does not use it to dig, instead he uses it to cut some tree roots poking through.
You know what?
I guess that's kind of digging. Digging is essentially cutting ground, so whatever.
It's true.
But Jurassic Park: The Lost World. We've got this underneath the volcano is Marasia ruins, and it's got fake sunlight and stuff.
Yeah, it's I mean, I immediately went to the Hollow Earth theory.
See, my first thought was, ancient civilization presumably made by humans in an underground place with artificial light. I thought, oh, it's like an overlander city, obviously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can't believe that they go through all those tunnels and find their way here, and then Tails just flies over. Like, what was the point of going through that whole place?
What was the point? Well, and, the close point of comparison, Underground Kingdom, Artificial Sun, Dragon God who wiped them out. This is just chaos again. They didn't do Lost World in the Adventure arc, so we're doing it here.
Yes,
True,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, there are giant monsters underground. There's a big moth.
Well, we straight up just have Mothra.
Like, I don't know kaiju shit well enough. Is that just identical to Mothra?
It is almost identical to Mothra. Well, this is a Japanese studio. Of course it's identical to Mothra.
Yeah, I mean, they got a statue of something that looks almost like Godzilla as well, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of this is, just a bunch of kaiju references. I know some of them. I don't know most of them, because there's too many kaiju movies.
Should have got Hideaki Anno to direct this episode.
Yes, and he'll have a mental breakdown.
When,
I was talking about Godzilla -1, but okay. Or, no, fucking Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla. You were close!
That's the recent one.
Just a few years off.
Lauren was going to say something, Lauren.
When Deco, Boko, and Chris are running away from Mothra, they hop in a tunnel that is randomly CG. It's very jarring.
That really... I was, like, half paying attention to this episode at this point, to be perfectly honest, and that fucking ripped me right back in.
It is very jarring, and I don't know why you bothered, because, like, just...
I don't know.
It doesn't seem that hard.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I don't know.
Yeah. And, well, the hole is also a slide that leads directly back to Eggman.
It's not an oak slide, but
Yeah. Here's something weird. Museum guy says the underwater volcano is going to erupt. We haven't done anything yet.
I guess Eggman's attack was close enough that it was just like, fuck it, I might as well.
Well, it's like, is that not the one that sets off all the other ones? Doesn't that mean we're doomed?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Well, you can just stop it. I don't know.
To be fair, they did say, oh, it's a legend, and Eggman believes it. So maybe they're not doomed.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's legends are always true in TV shows.
That's true.
That is pretty fair.
Also Sonic. Yeah.
Rouge does something. She gets distracted by gems. I don't know. She's not helping.
Yeah, something like that.
Often doesn't.
Yeah. Bokun finds that statue of Godzilla I was talking about, but it gets destroyed by... Well, you tell me what this thing is. It's like a big drill not robot? Is this the Dragon God? What is this thing?
Oh, it's definitely a robot. Ancient robot.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an ancient robot.
I didn't mention it, but when they watch the news in the first episode of this, I'm pretty sure they talk about the thing that went lost at sea, and I think that Cream is, like, apprehensive, and somebody says something about Emerald.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they mentioned something about Cream still being sad about Emerald or something.
So is this the ruins of the Fourth Great Civilization? Maybe these people made Emerald?
Sure.
You're stretching it, but I think you literally just said that the show forgets about Emerald from this point.
Well, we can still have headcanons.
My point is, this is an ancient civilization, and they made robots, so maybe they made Emerald. I don't know.
My headcanon is Chronicles Revelations are still canon, even if Chronicles isn't canon.
Then it's a headcanon. You can only remove that with a power drill or a melon baller.
Yeah, we heard you the first time you said that. Anyway, Eggman flies away, leaving Deco and Boko to die, along with the bomb they set to destroy everything. Which Chris runs back to get, which baits the attack of the big whatever monster. But it's alright. Deco and Boko are here to help. They reveal they are a combining mecha, except they're not.
That would have, like, almost been a cool reveal.
They draw, like, this, like, epic look for them, and then they just, like, show them sitting on each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like they're not... I don't take them seriously enough to think that they would do that. Sure.
It would have been cool, but, like, yeah, realistically, there's no way that would have been a serious thing.
Well, this show is starved for formidable Eggman robots that recur anyway, so...
Fair enough.
But yeah, Sonic and Knuckles fight the drill monster instead. Except they can't do much. He's just too strong.
Yeah, like, this is
point.
one of the most powerful machines they've ever fought in the show, because Tails gives Sonic a power ring, he jumps at it, and there's nothing. Out power scaled.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Damn, this thing's the top cookie.
Apparently. The only thing that can beat it is that bomb that they were setting, which Sonic uses to destroy it.
Yay.
And the underwater volcano, quote-unquote, goes off, except it's not underwater, you're underground.
I mean, it could be under the
water.
I mean, I'm just saying I'm not underwater if I hold a glass of water above my head.
I don't think that's a good equivalency.
If you go in the ocean and then you dig into the ocean floor, you're underwater still.
Yeah, if you go into a cave that's under like a lake,
on top of the volcano, whatever. It goes off, but it doesn't destroy the world because I guess the island is on top of it.
Or it's just a myth.
Yeah, but everybody thinks that Deco and Boko died in the eruption, and they decide to get emotional over that.
Man, they did. That was.
We didn't mention it, but like they started to build like a little bit that like. You know, maybe the heroes care about Deco Boko, or at least Chris does.
They have been building up the idea of Deco and Boko not being particularly happy with Eggman, as we pointed out earlier in the episode. Yeah, they tried to help Chris.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's just so silly to see, like, flashbacks over it.
Yeah, that was weird.
Especially since it's a joke, because they're alive.
Yeah.
Eggman abandoned them, so they're here with the heroes now, and I guess they're just going to hang with them.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing to come out of these 2 episodes, I think.
I think it's the only thing that'll stick from these 2 episodes.
That too.
So, it wins by default.
The most important event.
I never would have expected this if Devin hadn't foreshadowed it already. Deco and Boko are such minor, unimportant characters, I wouldn't have expected them to give them any sort of arc.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a little surprising.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, if I'm honest, because I'm indifferent to Deco and Boko overall. It's like, I don't have a huge reason to hate them, but they don't really do much.
Maybe we'll get to see more of them now. I doubt it, but maybe.
I don't remember what next week's episodes are like, so we'll have to see.
Nice.
And like this is the ultimate thesis on Deco Boko. I can't remember which name is which.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know which one's which.
They don't really have a distinct personality between the 2 of them, so.
Well, yeah, they're rarely apart either, to be fair.
Yeah, realistically, they should just be one entity called Deco and Boko.
They're not as hateable as, like, Scratch and Grounder. They're certainly more competent, but
yeah,
Scratch and Grounder have distinct personalities, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see you ranking them either above or below Scratch and Grounder, but Deco and Boko are certainly
their voices are less grating in either dub.
Yeah.
That's true.
But, yeah, that is our episodes for today. I don't know. I thought the Volcano adventure was fun enough. It was nothing super offensive about it.
I'm gonna be honest, the Volcano adventure kind of lost me about halfway through the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of just stopped paying attention to it until the CGI tunnel.
Yeah, this arc was completely bland and unremarkable.
Which, I mean, I'll take bland and unremarkable over absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah,
this show rarely does absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head that
there's not really a Sonic Underground moment where it's just embarrassing how incompetent the show is.
Until they start singing.
Well, nobody's singing, so.
That's true. It's already better than Sonic Underground.
Yeah. But with all that said, that is where we are done for tonight. Next week, we are going home. It's finally happening. And
holy crap.
We are going to have some probably opinions, I bet. Because I think there are a lot of good things about it, but I bet there are a lot of things you guys could take issue with if you wanted to. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, criticism, or feedback, you can find us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. If you like this video, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We will see you next week with the next part of Sonic X. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And take care.